Good morning. Since I have been questioned about headbands and types of headbands, I've had several ideas pop in my head, and I did do some Pinterest searches. So, uh, real quick tutorial on several different ways to make what I call the elastic relief headband or band. Let's start with the band. I took a piece of elastic 7 inches long and just sewed the buttons on. Now I'm going to show you how I came to this conclusion. So I have a mask, I put it on, put the strap on, go around, it still has to touch the top of your ears in order to stay in place. But that's how that works. And anyone who knows how to sew on a button could easily make these. Now, for my foundations family, I do have some elastic that is this wide. If you have buttons, if you don't have buttons, I can take this to the church here in just a little while and make this available to someone who would like to just make elastic or needs the elastic for the other. I have this great big huge thing that's extra. All right, so this is my elastic relief. I also did it in the ribbon, which is just the cross grain or gross grain. Oh, I dropped that one. A gross grain. It's around $2.77 if they have any at Walmart. I noticed the other day when I was there that a lot of this was gone. I think people were using it for ties on their mask. Okay, real quick, I will tell you that no, I did not make a mask with pleats. I'm not a pleat person. I did use this pattern, and I'm going to show it to you. Can you see that? This pattern, I have it cut out in 3 different sizes. The first one, it says add a 1/4 inch to this. So mine is just, I drew it out and made my 1/4 inch. So I have the man, the woman, and then just this morning, I made the teeny tiny one. Now, if you print this off and you make your patterns, if you cut here at the teenage woman, you're going to get the young kid size. If you cut, you would have to add 1/4 inch on the small one down here where it comes together. But I made that one. It worked out really good. So that's my mask. Here is the pattern I found on Pinterest. Oh, just a reminder, for these, I used a 7-inch piece of elastic. You could do 6, you could do 7, just kind of depends. Everybody's head's a little different. So I did 7, thinking guys would probably want a little extra because they're usually a little bit bigger headed than women. No jokes. All right. I made this headband last night. This is one I found off of Pinterest. It's just fabric and elastic. And because I've tried this one on to see where the buttons should go. This is my, what I call my sample. I made it. I put it on. I don't wear very many headbands. But I did this and decided where I put a little pin up there so you can see where your elastic should go. So I'm going to show you how to make this headband and 2 others. So I have this one. Let's start with this one right now. This fabric is 14 inches long. It is 3 to 3.5 inches with an 8-inch elastic. Now, the pattern that I had showed how to make it wider here and all that. We're not trying to be fancy. We're just going to go plain and easy. So, I'll put that right there, and we'll review that again in a minute. So I have already cut some fabric. Actually, this is just some scraps that I had already cut up, and I just pulled out some that met my criteria. You could probably even use a 2-inch, just depends. Take my elastic, and this is $1.77 at Walmart, if they've got any. The other day they did not have any. So this is 7 inches. So this is 1-inch tape. So that makes 8 inches. That's my little cheat sheet. So now what I'm going to do, they recommend you do this afterwards. I'm going to take and put this on here, and I'm going to pin it from the other side. Now, most of you know how to sew, so that's not a big deal. You don't need this part of the tutorial, but those of you who don't, but I'm going to show you this really quick and easy thing. So, now I'm going to back stitch over that elastic, and then I'm going to come back. Hands in the way. Okay, so I'm going to be sure and tuck that out of my way. And just keep my edges. Now, these won't be anything fancy, but I'm sure that if someone needs one, they're not looking for fancy. Good. Okay. Well. Okay. Now, here is the reason I went ahead and put my elastic in there, because that's going to save having to thread it through, because my elastic's right here. So I can go ahead and pull it down, push it up. Go ahead and get that. This is time consuming, but so much quicker than the traditional let's thread it through and and then I should be able to reach right there. Already threaded. All right. So this makes turning it so much simpler. So if you are a finisher, most of us are, that do much sewing. Some people, you could leave it like that and just finger press real quick. Normally I have a hair straightener plugged in and sitting next to me that I do my seams and stuff with. That's what I would do. I'd just run it over it real quick. So take the end, tuck it in just a bit like so. Make it even. No bubbles. Insert the elastic. Now, I'm going to come back over it and sew again here in just a minute. So I'm going to do what I call a finish stitch, or a top stitch, however anybody wants to call it. And then I'm going to go back over this corner. I'm going to back up and cut. So, again, I've already made one. I've already decided where the buttons should go. So I will lay this down like this next to this one, and I would mark this one right here with a bright colored, let's not use red, with a bright colored pen, and that's where I would put my buttons. Okay. Suitable buttons. Something that would slide. I have some that are low shank. That means they're really, the hole is really close to the body, but yet the elastic would stay. But just about any button will work. I mean, even these flat buttons would work. So now I did show Concha one that I had done out of t-shirt, and I came back home and redid the idea because Kaylee suggested it needed a little bit more stretch. What I did was I had some t-shirts that I was doing a t-shirt quilt, and so I had some extra t-shirt material, and here's what I did. And I just cut the hem of it off and ran it through my serger and made a tube like this. This one's quite wide. So I got the tube like this, and then I was like, oh, okay. From the tube section, I took scrunchies like so. Just these the little bitty ones that no one seems to want to buy. I just had these extras, and I just put it in there, you can see, and just stitched it down. So once I didn't even hem my edges. I just did them like that. I've got, like, here's another one that I did. Again, it's surged into a tube, and what I did was I took the scrunchie like so, and put it on there. And I'm not going to stitch it down real quick. I'm just going to take and pin it just so you can see how I did it. Okay. And then I took the other side, and I also run it through. After I stitched this side, I ran this side through and just folded it over. And you can finish your edges if you'd like, you know. It's just however what makes you happy. But t-shirts don't fray like cotton does, so I figure for a quick, maybe in some cases one-time use product, that this would work. And even if they throw this in the wash with their scrubs or whatever, they, it's gonna come clean. It's a t-shirt, bleach, and they're not, you haven't lost anything. And hair ties are cheap. Any questions? Just post them on the foundation site. Oh, I do have one other thing. Someone messaged me and asked me if I knew of a pattern for the scrub caps. Now, this is the pattern that I have. It's So About Quilting. She has it on Pinterest, and it's just it says this pattern is not for resale, but you can sure use it. She said you can copy and distribute this for private, non-commercial, or educational purposes only. So, ladies, if we want to learn how to make scrub caps, these are called reversible chemo hats. And so it's just, like I said, she had, I will take this and this to the church. And if you want a copy of it, we'll fix you a little packet. If you need some scrunchies, I have some extra scrunchies. If you need this extra elastic, I've got a little bit of the elastic left, and I still have some for myself, so I'm not running out any. But please let me know. I'll make a run at about 1 maybe to the church. I'll have to see where Sam is or someone else and take those in. Again, any questions? Just, if you're a Facebook friend, go ahead and Facebook me. You can do through Foundations. Thank you all. Y'all stay safe. Have a good day.